a type 4, just trying to be a happier human. I also can't help but type the characters in TV, movies, and books. The fashion, the clothes, and the weekly brunches make Sex and the City one of the most iconic shows of all time. I love seeing how different the 4 protagonists are and how each of them show up in their lives through fashion, relationships, and whichever drink they're having. Because I love this show so much, I thought this was the perfect opportunity for me to rewatch the show and type the 4 main characters. I think Carrie is either a 6 or a 7. Initially, it seemed obvious that Carrie was a type 7 because she's always down to have a good time. In fact, it's easy for her to reframe bad things into good things. For example, anytime she's messing around with Biggs and her friends ask her about it, she always makes the situation seem like it's not all that bad. She does this because she doesn't want her friends to judge her. She just wants to live the way she wants to live, even if that means she makes a lot of really poor choices.
Not a huge mistake. It's lunch.
However, she does have a tendency to overthink and self-sabotage, which is very common for a type 6. Carrie definitely has anxiety about making the right decision for herself and constantly second guesses her every move, especially in romantic relationships.
The universe may not always play fair, but at least it's got a hell of a sense of humor.
And going along with type 6, she's also incredibly loyal to her friends. She calls them almost every day and they call her. She's involved in their lives and they're involved in hers, even if they don't share the same opinions. Also, they call each other in the middle of the night, which is definitely an indication of loyalty, which is not something that I share. I would absolutely hate it if someone called me at like midnight.
What can I say? Sometimes a girl needs a half.
I think Miranda is a type 8. Miranda has a way of going after what she wants, being blunt, and not focusing on what others think of her. This is definitely a sign of a type 8. She views the world around her with a big dose of skepticism. The way she picks apart the intentions of men is fierce and challenging. She ends up pushing away a lot of potential relationships because she won't compromise. And even though she trusts her friends, she challenges their way of thinking in every episode, mostly over brunch.
Give me a call when you're ready to talk about something besides men for a change.
Type 8s are natural challengers, and in a way, they do kind of enjoy this, and I think they sometimes think of it as a bit of banter and not so much like aggression, even though it can definitely come across that way. In the same vein as a challenger, Miranda also has a very powerful job. She's a lawyer, so she literally gets paid to argue with people and build strong cases against them. Now, I forget what kind of lawyer she is, but I do know that she is often like trying to build cases and doing a lot of research and making a very strong case against someone.
I'm a huge Yankee fan. I'm a lawyer.
8s move toward conflict, so they're not afraid to fight. There are many times in the show when this is seen, but I'm thinking specifically about when she meets Steve. He really likes her and pursues her even when she rejects him. She continually pushes against him, not literally, but emotionally and verbally. And once Steve realizes he's not getting through to her because type 8s do not allow themselves to be bested, he finally stops pursuing her. But that's when Miranda realizes she likes him because 8s also like being challenged, and they often respect people who aren't afraid to challenge them.
What are you saying, Charlotte? I have a ghost because I'm single? That's discrimination.
I think Charlotte is a type 2. Now, this one might seem a little stereotypical, but I do think the fact that she wants to be dependent on a man is a sign that she could be a type 2. In almost every episode, Charlotte talks about wanting to get married and have kids. When she does get married, she quits her job and becomes a stay-at-home wife who cannot wait to become a stay-at-home mom. Although neither of these dreams are bad, Charlotte literally just wants a husband to take care of her and her kids and doesn't really see marriage as like companionship.
I'm pretty and I'm smart.
I'm a cat.
Charlotte also has a very put together, friendly hostess vibe. We can see that in everything from the way she dresses to the big smile she puts on every time she meets a man. This shows the Type 2's 3 wing, which is often called the hostess because this is when a 2 wants to show that they are friendly, competent, and trustworthy. Looking at the 1 wing, these Type 2s want to do the right thing, but from the perspective of being accepted for doing good. This comes out when Charlotte says she doesn't want to sleep with guys on the first date or use swear words, even when her friends encourage her to do otherwise. Even though sometimes I was like, good for you, Charlotte, because don't give in to peer pressure.
Could you please not use the F word at Vera Wang?
I think Samantha is a Type 3. I went back and forth on this one. At first glance, I thought Samantha would be a Type 8. However, I do think because Miranda is definitely a Type 8, that I wanted to look at the qualities in Samantha that make her seem more like a Type 3. Samantha doesn't always seek power in the way that a Type 8 would. She just seeks to control everything in her life so it looks the way she wants it to look. In fact, I think she does this to impress people, including herself.
I can masturbate to whomever I like.
And this need to impress, even herself, is definitely a sign of a Type 3. All of Sam's romantic exploits are based on what the people can offer her, like image, power, or fun. She looks for people who impress her in some way. Also, just the fact that Samantha pursues this like fabulous life, just like that to me is a very like Type 3 thing, to want your life to like look, bigger and better. And to be quite honest, Samantha is pretty darn fabulous.
Hello, 911. I'm on fire.
Thank you guys for being here today and for making it to the end of this video. If you haven't checked out my other videos, please do so, and I will see you all next time.